Hello, everyone, and this is your coach Geeta Dubey, and today I'm back with another very interesting topic and very important one as well. So I just want to ask you all that are you tired of feeling overwhelmed and unproductive? Or have you seen sometimes you feel very overwhelmed with too many tasks on your hand and you don't know how to basically delegate them and do it proper way so you are able to accomplish all of them in a day? And do you struggle with the time management? We all do, right? Sometimes we all face these problems and we get really in fact what really happens is that if you're not able to complete your task, you feel so stressed about it and overwhelmed that you don't want to do that task any longer. You stop doing it. So some of my clients they completely stop doing things which they're supposed to do, right? So today's topic is all about that, and I'll be giving you so many tips which you can implement right away and start using into your favor and managing your time much better way and become more productive, right? So with that, today's topic is mastering your time, unleashing your productive potential, and let's get started. So questions, why I'm doing this? Well, like I said, that I have already discussed, like, are you feeling so tired and overwhelmed and unproductive? You feel that you're not adding any value to any of these things? Or do you struggle to find enough time in a day to accomplish all your tasks? So we'll be addressing this all together and what all tips you can use to overcome these issues of yours. So it's the time to take control of your schedule, unleash your productive potential, right? It's the time to take control of your schedule, unleash your productive potential, and welcome to the Mastering Your Time. And that's what you're going to be talking about today. So in this video, we'll provide you with the practical tips and strategies, help you to manage your time more effectively. Now, what are the 5 rules of mastering your time? Number 1 is prioritize. Number 2, learn to say no, a very, very important one. Number 3, set realistic goals and deadlines. Number 4, avoid multitasking. And number 5, one of the most important ones, if I can say that, is going to be take regular breaks and recharge yourself. So we'll be talking all of them in details, one by one. So number 1, prioritize. It is essential to prioritize your task, right? Start by making to-do list and categorize each one of them based on their urgency and importance. This will give you a clear sense of what needs to be done first. Okay, so when I say that you need to prioritize each of whatever to-do list you do, each categorize them in such a way that you feel confident to basically, do it in a prioritized manner. Like, how will you do that? So you can divide them into 3 categories, which I always talk about. Number 1, HP, which is a high priority. Number 2, which is MP, medium priority. And number 3 is LP, which is a low priority. So what I like to tell everybody, like, you can delegate them in such a way, like, for instance, for high priority, you can keep task needs to be done within 1 to 3 days, right? Which are very important and you need to finish them off right away, correct? So you can do that. Number 2 is the medium priority, which is that you can finish them up to in 7 days. And the low priorities, you can give yourself 2 weeks to finish that task, correct? So when you start seeing the task in that categories, you will find yourself feeling very comfortable of pursuing them as well, because now you know which needs to be finished either today or tomorrow or in 3 days. So you can put them in that category. If you feel some are medium priorities, you can take few days to finish them off, you can put them in 7 days category, and the low priority you can go up to 2 weeks. So just try to, this is the method which I use, but you can choose whichever way you want to do it, right? Number 2, learn to say no. It's easy to get overwhelmed by taking too many commitments. Remember that it's okay to decline requests and that do not align with your own goals and priorities. So whether we are at home, whether we are working, whether we are professionals, whether we are business owners or anything in your life, one of the biggest things you really have to learn, and it's a skill, right? We all don't have this kind of skill, and the skill is of saying no. Because it's very difficult for us, like if you're, let's say, a co-worker comes or your boss comes and they say, can you do this today, add to it, right? And then you say, oh my gosh, you get into the mode of, oh, I can't do it, but my boss is saying, so I need to finish this off. Also, so that'll make him feel better about me. So you need to get out of that, literally. To give you an example, with my personal experience, also with my son who is working, and he had the same issues when I told him what to do, and then he started to feel better. So his basically manager or the boss had putting a lot on his plates, right? Like every week they were putting another task on his plate, another task on his plate. And when you join a new job, you get confused, right? You don't know what to do just because you feel that, oh, this is a new job, it's a new boss, you need to impress them all the time. It doesn't work like that. So he was getting a little overwhelmed, and then he spoke to me and I told him what to do. First, go and speak to them and tell your concerns. Number 2, if they are not kind of paying any attention to that more, I would say, seriously, then you tell them that just start saying no. So you say, I'm already doing this task. I already have 5 tasks on my plate and I cannot take the 6th one this week. So just be honest, learn to say, we all have that kind of issues in our life when we are so difficult for us to say no. So I would tell you that start doing it with the people who are close to you, so you can start developing that habit. And let's say as simple as that, like something you don't like eating. So because we get so easily into the peer pressure and we start doing it. So that's what I'm saying. Start when you don't like something, just say it. It doesn't align with you and you don't want to do it. Just start saying, no, I don't want to do it anymore, or I don't want to eat it. Okay. So start practicing it today. So set realistic goal, right? And break down the larger projects into manageable tasks. I keep saying that, and people say, what do you mean by that? And have a specific deadlines for that, so you don't feel, again, overstressed about it. So, and this will also help you to overcome procrastination. I did talk about procrastination in my other videos, and I would also link that up here because they are all interconnected, correct? So if you have a big project, let's say, so what you need to do, just sit down and just do the little steps into it. Write down the steps, okay? And don't feel, don't feel like, okay, I'm feeling it's such a childish thing, or it's such a something, it's a stupid thing, that I'm breaking it down so in such smaller steps. Don't get into that feeling of it, right? So many people, they have this issue, they say, oh my God, it's so childish, I'm doing that. No, it's not. You have to learn to practice it in such a way where you are able to break down into really baby steps, and then you would see that the big project also becomes very easy for you. So start with something, a project which you feel that you want to take action on, and start and see how does it work for you. I always give example of Elon Musk, where he has talked about this, like you need to break down like a child, and then that will make you feel really good, whatever you do. So I would say the same thing. I have been practicing. I tell my clients to do the same way so that they don't get overwhelmed easily. And this is such a big one. Avoid multitasking. We are always multitasking these days, but I would highly encourage you to sometimes just need to find something, where you can focus your mind one task at one time, right? Because it will decrease, if you are in the habit of multitasking, you would find sometime this will decrease your productivity to a larger extent, and you would not know what you're doing wrong, which is actually you're not doing anything wrong. You're just doing too much at the same time. So always, please pay attention to focus on one task at a time. It's okay. That's how the productivity really increases, and you can show your real potential, what you're trying to do, whether it's work or in life. Number 5, it's a big one, like you can see the coffee there, right? What is it? It's important to give yourself time to relax and rejuvenate. Step away from your work, go for a walk, or engage in the activities that you bring in you joy. So a lot of people, you might have seen, they take coffee breaks, tea breaks, go for like 5 minutes walk. Even if it's for 5 minutes, just get up from your desk and go around. Or if you're doing a business or after a meeting, just get up and go and grab yourself a glass of water or whatever works for you. Just do that. You need a break. You cannot just constantly looking at the screen or talking over the phone. That will really, really put a lot of stress on you. Have you seen some people when by Friday they say, I'm so done for the week. I'm so super tired. So what does that mean? That during the week, let's say you have 40 hours a week, you did not pay attention to your own needs, to rejuvenate, to recharge, to basically what brings you joy, even if it's for 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is not a lot of time. In a day, if you can let's say break after an hour or 2 hours every 5 minutes, you would have a lot of time for more productivity, your brain would be refreshed. So that time you need to put your phone down, you need to shut your computer, or you need to just move away from something you're doing and just go out and look at something different. If you're in an office environment, just go and sit in the lounge, and just, if they have something like, for instance, paintings on the wall, just look at them for a change, just 5 minutes. You don't have to do a lot. You just need to do it at 5 minutes every couple of hours, 1 hour, whichever way it works for you. So it's a Pomodoro method, which I also talked about in my other videos. Try it out. You don't have to keep sitting there and, basically thinking about your work. What I really want, complete shutdown from your work, business or life, and just give yourself a time, or grab a cup of coffee. Just hold the mug in such a way that you're taking sip by sip and you're enjoying it. Okay, so do something which will cut you off from all the other things at that very moment, and you'll be more present in the moment. So whenever you start any routine or any tips you take from here, at least do it for 30 days. Okay, don't tell yourself, because what happens when you don't do it for regularly for 30 days, or the best results, you could see it for 90 days, you would feel that nothing is changing for you, because our brains, they work like that. So anything for our brain to consume, our brain to understand that we are changing it for ourselves, any habit, anything we want to, it usually takes anywhere from 30 to 90 days. Some scientists say it like for 66 days. So that's the place you want to be in. So nothing less than 30 days. Otherwise, you won't be able to see any changes, any tips you apply, anything you take from this video. So I please tell you, don't do it less than 30 days. Just see how you're doing it. And if you really feel encouraged to move forward, then move on till 90 days. All right. So that was all about the time management, of course, and which will help you to unleash your own productivity at a different level now. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. Please subscribe and press button to like my YouTube channel, and press bell icon to get more notification, as I would be coming back with many videos on the different subjects, such as your business growth, your life coaching, and of course the motivational tips. So with that, thank you so much for being with me today, and hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.